Have you ever wondered why some relationships last a lifetime while others crumble under the weight of misunderstanding? As someone who's lived over 80 years, let me tell you, it's not about grand gestures, expensive gifts, or a checklist of 20 or 50 things. It's simpler than that. A man's needs in a relationship boil down to just 3 things. And these aren't things you'll find in a self-help book. They're lessons carved out of decades of life's experiences, mine included. So grab a pen and paper, because what I'm about to share with you could be the key to building a lasting, meaningful relationship. Let's talk about what a man truly needs from his woman. Let me tell you something about life and relationships that I've learned through years of living, loving, and observing. Relationships are the cornerstone of a fulfilled life, but they're also where so many people get lost. Over time, I've come to realize that men, just like women, aren't all that complicated when it comes to what they need in a relationship. Yet misunderstandings arise, expectations go unmet, and stress takes over. Why? Because we overcomplicate what should be simple. A man doesn't need perfection. He doesn't need a partner who's a superwoman juggling everything flawlessly. What he does need are 3 core things, 3 pillars of a healthy and fulfilling relationship that, if you understand and embrace, can transform your bond. These aren't trends or modern takes on relationships. These are timeless truths rooted in wisdom and human nature. Today, I'm going to share these 3 essentials with you. They're not only going to help you understand your man better, but also create a relationship filled with peace, mutual respect, and deep connection. Because at the end of the day, isn't that what we're all seeking? Let's dive in. Let me share a truth that's as old as time. A man's home should be his sanctuary. The world out there is already filled with battles to fight, challenges to conquer, and stressors that weigh heavily on his shoulders. He doesn't need another battlefield waiting for him at home. What he needs, and craves deep down, is peace. When I say be his peace, I don't mean ignoring issues or pretending everything is fine when it's not. What I mean is creating an environment where he can breathe, relax, and feel understood. It's about speaking to him with kindness, even when you're frustrated. It's about choosing your battles wisely and letting go of the little things that don't matter in the grand scheme of things. Let me give you an example. Imagine a man coming home after a long, grueling day at work. He's been dealing with deadlines, disagreements, maybe even disappointments. Now picture him stepping into a home filled with warmth and calm, a smile to greet him, a partner who's genuinely interested in hearing about his day. That's peace, and it's more powerful than words can explain. But what happens when he walks into chaos? Constant nagging, unresolved arguments, or an environment that feels more like a war zone than a safe haven? It drains him. Over time, it doesn't just chip away at the relationship. It chips away at the man himself. This isn't about suppressing your own needs or always putting him first. It's about balance. A man who feels at peace at home will naturally want to give that peace back to his partner. It creates a cycle of harmony where both people feel safe and valued. So ask yourself this: when he walks through the door, does he feel relief or tension? If it's the latter, it's worth reflecting on how the two of you can work together to create a more peaceful environment. Because when a man finds peace with his woman, he'll do anything to protect and nurture that bond. Respect is the foundation of every strong relationship. For a man, it's not just important, it's vital. Respect isn't about being submissive or agreeing with everything he says. It's about showing that you value him, his efforts, and who he is as a person. Without respect, even the strongest bonds can crumble. Now let's break this down. Men are wired to find their worth in what they do, how they provide, and how they protect. It's not just about the paycheck or the tasks they accomplish. It's about feeling like those efforts matter. When a man feels respected by his woman, it empowers him. It gives him the confidence to take on the world, knowing that someone has his back. Think about this. Imagine a man who's worked tirelessly to fix something in the house. It might not be perfect, and it might have taken longer than it should have, but he's proud of his effort. What happens when his partner says, "You can't even do this right," or points out every flaw? It cuts deep. It's not just the words, it's the message that his efforts weren't good enough. But now imagine a different scenario. Instead of criticism, she says, "I really appreciate you taking the time to fix that. I know you're always looking out for us." That small moment of recognition builds him up. It tells him that his efforts are noticed and valued. That's respect. Respect also means trusting his decisions and acknowledging his strengths. It's not about blind agreement, but about having faith in his ability to lead when needed. If you disagree, communicate with him in a way that shows you value his opinion, even if you see things differently. Let me give you a personal story. Years ago, my wife and I had a disagreement about a financial decision. Instead of undermining me or dismissing my thoughts, she said, "I trust your judgment, but can we talk this through together?" That simple act of involving me while expressing her own concerns made all the difference. It strengthened our bond and showed me that she respected not just my decision-making, but our partnership. Here's the truth. A man who feels respected will move mountains for the woman who respects him. It's not about stroking his ego. It's about building him up, just as you'd want him to build you up. When a man knows his woman values him, he'll work tirelessly to be the best version of himself for her. Intimacy, it's a word that carries more weight than many people realize. For a man, intimacy isn't just about physical connection. It's about feeling close, understood, and appreciated on every level. It's one of the core ways he feels loved, valued, and bonded with his partner. Let's start with the physical side, because yes, it's important. For many men, physical intimacy is more than just an act. It's a language, a way of expressing love and deep connection. When his partner is willing to share this part of herself, it tells him, "I trust you. I'm here with you, fully present." It reassures him that he's desirable, loved, and wanted. But intimacy goes far beyond the physical. It's about emotional vulnerability, too. When a man feels safe to share his fears, dreams, and struggles without judgment, that's intimacy. It's those quiet conversations late at night, the moments where he can let his guard down and just be himself. For a man, knowing his partner sees him completely, flaws and all, and still chooses to stand by him is the ultimate form of intimacy. Think about this. Have you ever seen a man in his most vulnerable state? Maybe after a hard day when he feels like the weight of the world is on his shoulders. He doesn't need solutions or critiques in that moment. What he needs is for you to simply be there, to listen, to hold him, to remind him that he doesn't have to carry everything alone. That's intimacy at its core. Now let me share something from my own life. After years of marriage, I've come to realize that intimacy is built in the little things. It's not always the grand gestures. It's the quiet moments. One time, I was dealing with a particularly tough decision. I was stressed, uncertain, and doubting myself. My wife didn't say much, but she came and sat beside me, held my hand, and said, "I'm here." That simple act of presence gave me the strength I needed. That's the power of intimacy. For men, intimacy also means knowing their partner sees and appreciates their efforts. Whether it's through words, gestures, or simply spending quality time together, these acts strengthen the bond and create a space where love can flourish. Here's the bottom line. Intimacy is about connection. It's about making him feel like he's not just a part of your life, but that he's cherished and essential to it. When intimacy is nurtured, it becomes the foundation for a relationship that can weather any storm. And trust me, a man who feels this level of connection will go above and beyond to make his partner feel the same. As we wrap up, let me leave you with this. Relationships aren't built on complexity. They're built on understanding the core needs that truly matter. For a man, it's not about a list of endless expectations or unattainable standards. It's about three simple yet profound things: peace, respect, and intimacy. When a man feels these from his partner, it transforms the relationship into something unshakable, a bond that can stand the test of time. Life is challenging enough as it is, but when you have someone who brings you peace, makes you feel valued, and shares a deep connection with you, it's like finding a safe harbor in the storm. That's what a man desires most: a partner who sees him, believes in him, and walks alongside him through the journey of life. So remember, it's not about doing everything. It's about doing the meaningful things that speak to his heart. And when you do, you'll find that the love and strength you build together will enrich both of your lives in ways you never imagined. If this resonated with you, don't let it end here. Let's keep this conversation going. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think truly makes a relationship thrive? And if you're as passionate about understanding and sharing wisdom as I am, hit that subscribe button to join our journey at John the Stoic. Your support motivates me to bring you more insights and timeless lessons that can transform your life. See you in the next video.